request Mr. Rajagopal J.K., Managing Director, Dr. JRKs Research and Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. Can we have a round of applause as we welcome our speaker forward, everybody?
Thank you very much, and thank you FICCI, and thank you Ministry of Ayush for organizing this wonderful session, and thank you all for staying back. You must all be definitely very hungry. I wouldn't take too long a time. Okay, so I don't want to get into a kind of a more of a presentation about what we are, but more to have a food for thought before we go for food. So alternative medicines have been in the lookout for many people across the world. And there are enough statistics which says people are actively looking for alternative management of their medical conditions. And autoimmune disorders and lifestyle disorders, as we saw, top the charts. And psoriasis, which is a skin disorder, which is about 2 to 3% of the global population. 40% of the patient populations are looking for alternatives. Why are they looking for alternatives? It is because still, to date, there are not enough cost-effective, safe, long-term management of many of these medical conditions. And the percentages actually have reported to be much higher in some of the Indian neighboring countries, Middle East, thanks to the historical connection. And therefore, this opens up a huge possibilities for medical value tourism. And much of it has been highlighted in many of the earlier presentations. There is already a patient inflow, but I'm sure it can be in several millions. But the real value in MVT would come from greater engagement with the patient or the customers. We have enough being said about how to attract. We have attractive packages which are there in various centers. We are also having good treatment centers. But what is actually also missing is that the continuity of engagement with the persons who come. I mean, we should not have one-off people coming and having a wellness regime and going back. In true Ayush, we need continuous patient engagement, and that would come only if we have the availability and the reach of our medicines or any pill or any oil, or so many things which we have in Ayush that should be available to them once they go back to their countries. So for this, the compliance to the regulatory environment in each of those countries becomes extremely critical, and it's not so easy. So the engagement of the patient, if it doesn't continue, then what happens? They come for a visit, week or 10 days, they get fine, they feel good, then how do they engage and continue? They don't have a formal mechanism to get the medicines as and when. And also, the patient engagement with the medical practitioner post the treatment is also very important. And I'm very happy to see many of our industry colleagues already setting up good infrastructure for continuity of patient engagement. It's also a very, I wouldn't say sad state of affairs, but it's a reality that it is still that very few Ayush medicaments are approved as medicines by much of the developed world, be it US FDA or the European Union or the Australian. So that's a big challenge in front of us for the system to be accepted and being part of the global chain. So for increasing the availability, the industry, I think all of us colleagues here should really follow global standards so that the acceptance becomes really accepted and widely available. For the compliance, we have to do a lot of work on the safety of the raw materials itself. If you have a Ayush formulation which has got 2-3 ingredients, it is really required for us to keep up with the things. Okay, compliance to the global manufacturing process, quality standards, and action required is to increase the infrastructure for that. So use of technology, I think some of the earlier colleagues, a lot of systems for CRM tools, and I also happy that some MVT portals are being talked of. So at Dr. JRK's Research and Pharmaceuticals, we are a 33-year-old company, 33-year young company, and we have always focused our work on the research-based approach, where we have established many of our formulations for the management of skin disorders like psoriasis, and we have published more than 200 research and clinical evaluation publications in both domestic and international journals of repute. And that's not overnight's job, and it's been happening for so many years, and from the day one, from the time of our founder, Dr. J.R. Krishnamurthy, Padma Shri Awardee, for his contribution to the system of Siddha medicine. Very recently, we have done a very extensive clinical trial for diabetes, a drug of ours, which nearly about 300 patients, and all of those studies have been CTRI registered, and this is something that has helped us gain acceptance in a global platform. I'm just sharing a couple of formulations of ours which have become globally acclaimed, particularly for the management of psoriasis, and it is one of the few drugs from the Siddha system, from the Ayush system, to be recognized as medicines in some of the international audience. And still we have some work to do to meet the compliance. So all I would like to call upon the industry as well as the people who connected is, let's focus on ensuring patient engagement post the phase of attraction and good service. I think this is what will keep the success of the treatment. Success of the treatment, particularly for lifestyle disorders or chronic skin disorders, you need continuity of patients' medicines availability. So I'm sure Ayush Medical Value treatment is going to be having a wonderful future. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, FICCI.